Welcome everyone to another budget build. So I'm covering Magic Arena as you have the limited resources from the closed beta, and I'm trying to help you build up some fun little decks here and there in a bunch of different colors that might be a little bit more budget, and then you can build off of them from there, or you can decide to build something different. So right now today I decided to make a green-blue ramp deck. And most of these cards are cards that you will have right from the beginning. So the only cards that I added in for rares or mythics or anything like that was a Tishana. So we have one mythic. Then rares we added in. These are the only ones that aren't from starter packs. Nezahal you start with. You start with Tendershoot. You do start with one Vizier, but I added in a second because I was lucky enough to open it. And then Seafloor Oracle comes in with all the packs, and a Jadelight Ranger is the other rare that I added. So you're going to be able to put in Channeler Initiate, Champion of Wits, you're going to be able to put in Pull from Tomorrow, Entrancing Melody, Treasure Map. All of these kinds of cards are available right out of the gate from your starter decks, so we're using a lot of those kinds of cards as just little one-ofs to help fill in some voids here and make a pretty good little list. The rest of the cards that we added are uncommons, and there are a few. We added in a bunch of Spring to Mind, which you don't start with any. There was an extra Forerunner of Heralds that we added. I wouldn't mind going up to 4, but I only had enough to add 1 so far, so you start with 2. It's very important to have them, though, because you want to be able to find your Tishanas right away. And yeah, other than that, I mean, not a whole lot. Some Supreme Wills are another card that I invested in early on, just because it's so key to so many blue decks, so I just jammed a bunch of those. But yeah, no, the point of this deck today is essentially to get Drover of the Mighty and Naga Vitalists and other ramp spells down early, you know, your Spring to Mind, to get in basic lands, or your Gift of Paradise to enchant your lands and get extra mana that way, and ramp it all out to a Tishana so that you can draw a ton of cards, get a bunch of value, and then just overwhelm your opponent with, you know, Nezahal, Tishana, Tendershoot, all these kinds of cards, and getting a bunch of value. I saw a similar deck to this that was running Nissa and other things like that. I'd love to be able to make a more expensive version of this, but I think this is a decent start, and you can definitely make it a lot better by adding in, like eventually you'd really like to run things like Carnage Tyrant as an alternate win condition, probably instead of Nezahal. Nezahal's good, discarding the cards protected is fine, but with Carnage Tyrant you just don't have to discard at all. It just kind of happens. Can't be targeted by anything. So, you know, you could do some changes like that. You might add in a third Tishana because this card has been absolutely fantastic for us. I like Supreme Will because of the flexibility, being able to both draw cards or be able to make your opponent, you know, pay 3 so you'll be able to counter some of their more key spells has been really, really important. So I think that this is a card that you want to invest in right away if you have a plan to play any blue decks. It's just very, very versatile. Yeah, and it, you know, just bunch of card draw, bunch of cool ramp stuff, try and overwhelm them. Kind of typical ramp strategy. We're going to take it through some games and see how it goes. See you in a minute.